Motrimis mama la capre, motrimis mama la capre.
Previously on
Let's get it on!
Which army leveled up? Ah, the one that fought.
But they were traitors, and I'm glad they're dead.
And we already have too many foreigners, which is bad considering we have here a gazillion of them. General, who cares? Because we will just slaughter him. Mutiny here. Yeah, what? 162. They only had 200 men stealing food from Batavio. And look at this, the Wrath of Armatus. Oh, these were the guys that were fighting the Breuci. All they can do now is stare at us, taking the city, building cattle pens of either cattle or Celts. Maybe we will build a Celtic pen, just an enclosed area where we keep our Celts. And our income went down very, very quickly. Those nasty Illyrians, they're up to no good, starting trouble in our neighborhood, and we will get into one little fight, and then their mom will get scared. They'll go into Italy and start trouble there. So now it's actually the time. No more delays. We will go straight for the useless king.
To your regularly scheduled program.
And welcome to an exciting new episode of Let's Get It On. For those of you who are watching this series with sound on, you might notice that my voice is slightly more hideous than usual. That is because I currently, as I'm recording this, have a fever of 37.8 Celsius, which is 101.66 Fahrenheit. Interesting. I guess that's the beast's fever. Well, wife has COVID. I officially tested twice negatively, but I kinda doubt it, so it's probably COVID. Anyway, I won't let some minor the delirium afflicting fever from recording an episode. Oh, no. So anyway, I'm sorry for my voice. Hopefully I won't need to add subtitles for this one. Now, as you might have noticed, while I was announcing my highly infectious disease, all the troops were running away from me, but that wasn't why. But it was because of in-game reasons. It was because in my delirious state I split the army in two because I wanted to make a nice pincer move, and I don't even know what I was thinking. I didn't think they will sally out to meet me because we had overwhelming odds at the beginning of the fight, and they also have 4 towers that could really hurt us. So I was really thinking that they will just sit here and wait for us. So I made one army camp, 2 army camp, and here we put our cavalry and some crack troops hiding behind some forests. Now, the enemy kind of took advantage of that, and let's see what happened. I guess we should start this fight from the Breuci point of view. And the first thing the Breuci king, the useless king, that we are mostly throwing shade at him for calling him that, is to send his crack troops, his best 2 regiments, or at least regiment and a half, loyal men who for more than 2 years have fought not only the Orsi, but also the Norii, and they have conquered Norii. They were just camping here at this lovely campsite up the Alps. Now they were sent to deal with those Getaean upstarts. But little do they know that everywhere that there is a forest and the Getaean are involved, you have angry folksmen. But not only that, this time we also have not only angry folksmen, but also Celto-Thracian sellswords. I guess that these are more Thracio than Celtian. These are actually Dada's men that Chieftain the Dazi managed to convince with coin. Yeah, he hired them, and they ended up in this army, in the Komikatsu's army. And I guess this is the end of the majority of the enemy cavalry. They had 3 regiments, and this is the demise of 2 of them.
Death and blood on all of them will never bend. They shall die by our hands and never come back again.
But don't you worry, that was the only thing that more or less went in our favor. Because Army Corps A, the Army Corps that is about to face the wrath of the whole of the Brucci army is made of Alpine troops. These are Xenoscum, the worst of frontline units. Some youths, which are decent, but not for prolonged engagements. Archers. Some X-Men, which are decent. Some slingers, who are good, but from long range. And some more Alpine levies. More Xenoscum that are really bad, and they're about to face mostly those really annoying the Choreo Claudio, the short sword warriors. For some reason, the AI loves them. And I guess I would also love them if I had access to recruit them. Because look, melee attack of 13, melee defense 12, even some kind of a charge bonus of 16, and 45 morale, which is really decent. And those units are the perfect counter for our silly Alpine troops. They can really cut them down easily. So let's see how it actually looks from the Brucci point of view. A bit of traffic jam, trying to get out of their fort. And look at this. This is the third unit of cavalry that the Brucci have. I guess they are more cautious here, exploring the woods to see if there are any angry folksmen. But sadly for us, no, there aren't any angry folksmen. And it's one of those silly situations that we again find ourselves where the enemy has a cavalry, where we don't have anything to counter them. So yeah, that won't go well for us, that's for sure. And of course, they are charging at us, but we are countering them with the closest thing we have to... Oof! Wow, they really made a dent there. Luckily for us, not all of the men who fell are dead. But we did try to counter them with the closest thing that we had to spear. I guess they are technically a spear unit, so they have some kind of bonus against cavalry. They're just really the weakest of the bunch. Alpine troops are really not a good unit for anything. But we are doing our best to pin them down with anything we have. Here the X-Men are... I guess anytime we find ourselves in a scuffle where we need to counter enemy cavalry, we just send in the X-Men. And we did manage to deal with them. This is our own cavalry that came to help. But with concentrated fire, we did manage to rout the enemy cavalry, not after they did a significant damage to one of our Alpine units. I guess it's a good trade, but considering how few units we have on this front, it might have been a good trade for the AI this time. Because our reinforcements are taking the long route through, because I don't want them to take unnecessary casualties while the towers are peppering them.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go.
Here we are just trying to isolate some of the really not up to full strength sword units that we managed to pick up. And the main problem here is that we couldn't encircle them because of those damn towers. I really don't want to risk my own cavalry to get any unnecessary casualties, because we can't really afford them. Our cavalry is the only thing that we could counter. If it did come to 1-on-1, we would just lose them, like infantry 1-on-1. Without doing this kind of thing, when they did manage to pin us down, we just get the fuck out of there, and they're left here all confused. If it was just left to bashing it out, they will just bash our head in. In general, cavalryman is worth its weight in gold, but in this battle in particular, the cavalryman is worth twice his weight in gold. On this flank, the unit that is really holding at least 3 or 4 enemy units, and even routing one, are the Dada's men, the Celto-Thracian swordsmen that Chieftain Dada recruited for us, and they really, and in this battle, they're really making a name for themselves by totally saving our ass on this flank. Oh God. Because they are protecting our soft underbelly of our cavalry. Since we can't really roam free because of those city towers, we are kinda limited in our own movement. What are these? Oh, these are stragglers from the Kogainon Guard, our folksmen that that were stationed in the woods with Dada's men, but they split from there, coming to help the Xeno scum to hold their line. Why not use those lovely drawing tools? First, Dada's men and the Kogainon Guard came here to help our cavalry face the enemy cavalry that came here. We totally decimated them, and then they kinda splat, but not really. Both of them came here, and then the Kogainon Guard came here to help our fledgling center. As you can see, the front is really hectic. A lot of enemy units are routing, but coming back. Same with us. This is one of Xeno scum unit that were routing and now coming back. And here we have one of those Celtic short swordmen that broke, but they're iffy. I guess they will come here and maybe they will rout, maybe they will come back. I think... And here we are after a coughing fit. I can actually gauge it by the recording. I've been coughing for 1 minute and 12 seconds straight. I can only imagine how fun it will be to edit this wonderful video for you guys. I hope it makes sense at the end of everything. So let's unpause and let's do this. Here we actually have the king himself, the king of the Breuci, who is for some reason we decided to tickle him with our cavalry, which wasn't a bright idea. Wow, I totally fucked it up. This is actually how you're supposed to use cavalry. We are now accompanying Pinetes, the Dardanoi. Who managed to hit that unit of short sword just from the behind and totally break them. Not only them, but it looks like also at least 2 units that were here. Managed to rout them in one charge. He got rid of 3 units. Well, with some help, but it was mostly him. So. Not only Dada's men, but also Pinetes, the Dardanian, and he's doing it again. Considering that he started on the other flank, ouch! Oh, poor guy's on fire. Well, he did manage to put it out, but considering he started on the other flank and he literally paved his way here and to the extreme left flank. Through enemy lines, just through 3 units of enemies, and to come here and help what was left of our own forces. It looks like he's doing it again. But to his dismay and my surprise, honestly, because I literally don't remember this battle. I was so delirious with fever that I don't remember having done this battle, so this is all a surprise for me. Anyway, he wanted to do the same thing, but there was not much opposition. It's only the king of the Breuci, and a few loyal men. At this point, we are just taking our time and mostly trying to pelt him with the few projectiles that we still have, which isn't much because our archers and slingers did a lot of work. Honestly, this battle. The king, I guess, decides to charge the Kogainon Guard. An odd choice. Out of everything that he could have charged, he chose to face our crack elite troops. Maybe he misjudges their lack of clothing for weakness, but no, I guess he is Celt, so I don't think he realizes that no. Usually men who forsake armor in order to, despite having access to armor, they just willingly forsake its use. They're not men that we should fight eagerly. And looks like Dada's men this is the actual king, I think. Some nice moves there by the king himself. These are Dada's men who challenged the king because they want all the glory. So good on them. I guess I should think of a name for their leader, because look, they broke the king with one charge. I bet what I was trying to do is this, to pin them down and then do a sandwich of Kogainon Guard and some kind of cavalry. Ouch. Yeah, this is why we didn't want to get anywhere near the enemy towers. These were really unnecessary casualties. But this is what's left of the Breuci Kingsguard. I guess also here, because there's no way we are chasing them into their own stupid towers. We are going to make a victory parade. But let's just admire. Is this the king dying? Did we just witness the end of... Oh, he's still alive. Hello. Hello. Yes. And it looks like, despite my delirium, I never forget to do the the victory parades. So here it is. Not much to say about it. And welcome to the best parts of these videos, the showing of the numbers. And just look at those lovely numbers. Despite outnumbering the enemy by an astonishing 53 men, we did manage to lose at least a quarter, something like 22% of our army, which is really unusual for us. But I guess that's the price you pay when you rely on Xeno scum and mostly levies to hold the line. They mostly don't. But this is supposed to be our second best army and our more defensive army, the Home Guard. Not to mention that our tactical genius backfired at us. We ended up facing the majority, not the majority, the whole of the Breuci army with just half of our forces. So that's minus 4 points there for tactical genius. So that's Komaikatsu's fault, not mine. I just commentate over events. I don't influence anything. I guess if you are looking for MVPs, it would be both of our mercenaries. The Dada's men, the Cartographian sellswords, really held the line against superior numbers, and even they managed to kill the king. So even despite killing only 162 men, they held one flank just by themselves, without the help of anyone else. They were accompanied by the Kogainon Guard, but they did so well that the Kogainon Guard went to help the Xeno scum that we broke. Look at this unit, only killed 4 men and almost got wiped out. Wow, that's some performance. And of course Pinetes, the Dardanian, who literally paved his way through the enemy army twice. Only getting 259 kills, which is surprising, because I guess he wasn't chasing because he's a heavy cav, but anyway, very good performance by both of them. It looks like even one unit of bowmen, I guess they were chasing because they got 261 kills, which is very unusual for a range unit. Other than that, no numbers really stick out. Well, I hope to see you in the next episode when hopefully I won't be on the brink of death and the fever will break some more. Anyway, hope to see you.